Hello and welcome to this video tutorial on Innowizard. Today I will explain what Innowizard is and I will show you some of its essential features and functionalities through a typical example. Well, first of all, what is Innowizard? In short, we define it as an integrated platform for research, development and innovation project building. And why did we develop this platform? What for? Well, it has been developed by RTDI, a consultancy firm specialized in research and development, R&D, integral management and technology brokering, and for the past 10 years we have been working extensively in the study and optimization of all processes involved in R&D and innovation projects, from design to planning to implementation, everything. And during this time we have developed proprietary methods and tools to assist this process optimization. Now we have integrated this methodology, these tools, into an online platform for our own use and also in order to share this know-how with the R&D and innovation community. As you see here, this is a beta version and we encourage you to use it and give us feedback. Well, now I will give you some basic guidance to help you get started with Innowizard through an example. Once you are a registered user and you have your access codes, you can enter Innowizard from the login page www.innowizard.eu, and you would type in your user name and your password and login. Right. Now on this first screen, which is called My Projects, you can view all the projects you have already created. In this case, we have only one project. And you can always come back to this screen either by clicking on My Projects here on the top right corner or the Innowizard logo on the top left corner. Okay, now I'll show you how to create a new project. You just have to click on this orange button on the top right corner, create new, right? And now I'm going to guide you through the process of creating a new project from scratch using a fictitious example. Now, just for one moment, let us imagine that smartphones do not exist and we have come up with this brilliant idea to develop a normal smartphone, a mid-range smartphone. Well, first you would have to give the project a title, and I'll type in, for instance, smartphone, and then a short name or acronym to refer to the project. Let it be as phone, right? And then you would have to write an abstract, or you can leave it for later. You can come back later to this information, this data, and once the project definition is underway, and write it. So I'll leave it blank now. Right. Okay. Then you move on to the next step by clicking on this orange button on the bottom right corner, next. Well, now when you enter some pages, you will see that help messages pop up to assist you until you get used to get familiar with Innowizard, but I'm going to skip it because I'll be the one giving the explanations today. Well, this linear flow diagram here shows the steps Innowizard will guide you through to build your project. So each of these are the building blocks of the project, and by default all of them are selected, but you can either deselect any of them. For instance, team, you can deselect it or select it manually, or you can also answer this very short questionnaire, and once you have answered these questions, Innowizard will select automatically the steps that are relevant to your project. Well, I will leave it as it is now, and I'll click on the right bottom corner on the bottom finish to finish the creation of the project. Well, Well, now we have created a project as phone, and we can start working on it by clicking on this button. Start working on it. Right. Well, this screen is the dashboard where you can view, monitor, or navigate the workflow of your project. Here you see there are 3 blocks. The concept of the project ideation, we call it. The design and planning of the project development, so this is development. And finally, the design of everything related to the exploitation plan. So this is called exploitation. These first 2 blocks are ready to use, and I will show you how they work in a minute. And the third is still under construction, but it will be released shortly. Well, within each of these blocks, there are different steps, the different steps of the project building. And this diagram shows how these steps relate to each other vertically and horizontally. First, the idea. It represents the basis or the foundation of the whole project. And on the basis of the idea, you can determine the context of the project and the team that you need to carry it out. And also from the idea stems the objectives of the project. From the objectives, the plan to achieve them, the risk analysis, and the strategy to protect the intellectual property rights. Okay. In the dashboard, you can also visualize your progress in the project building process. For each step, we hover over the first step, idea. You see that Innowizard takes you through a 3-level approach. First, a briefing, which is a theoretical introduction with some structures and practical tips to help you complete the task at hand. Then the second level would be the work on your contents, where you will find a specific tool to guide you through the process to work on that particular step. And finally, the checklist, which is a quick self-assessment questionnaire to help you avoid the most common mistakes and oversights. We always have to start a project by working on the idea. And you will see that there is a certain sequence in the steps. In order to start working on one step, you need to have completed some previous steps. For instance, now, before we start, we can only work on idea. The others, as you see, they are restricted to you. You cannot access them. Okay. So let's first see the briefing, the introduction on the first step, idea, briefing. Yeah. Now, before we start, I would like to draw your attention to this navigation bar. We call it the top navigation bar. And you can use it to navigate through the different stages, product ideation, development, and exploitation, and the different steps, idea, context, team, etc. And as you complete each step, you will be allowed to advance to subsequent steps in the process. When you're working on a step, it will become orange, and before you start, they are blue. So blue is not yet started. Orange means ongoing. You're working on it, but you haven't finished. And when you have completed the step, it will become green. So this is the color code in this top navigation bar. Blue, not yet started. Orange, ongoing. Green, done. Well, as I said, the briefing for each step, in this case, this is the ideation. They provide a description of what the step is about, and we will soon include short video tutorials on these briefings. And once you have read and understood the briefing, you're ready to start working on your content, in this case on the idea of the project. You can start working on your content either by clicking on this orange button on the bottom left here, or you can use the top navigation bar. You hover over idea, you will see a menu where you can select work on your contents. So either way, we go there. Okay, this is a help message, we skip it. See that we have the top navigation bar, and this is the first of the tools that you will find to help you through the project building process. For every step, idea, context, team, plan, objectives, etc., you will find a specific tool to help you work on it. Either a concept map like this one, or a Gantt chart, a risk analysis table, etc. And the first tool is what we call the idea canvas. This is a proprietary tool, which is a graphic representation of the main questions around your project concept. Why it should be done? Why it should be financed in case you need to convince someone to give you money to do it? Which need? Here's the need. Which need are you addressing? And how are you going to translate that need into specific benefits? The benefits. How will you address the need, and what will be the advantages? The advantages that will be delivered. And this need solution couple, this is the baseline for the whole project. And over this couple, the need solution, you will build everything, because you can analyze the technological or strategic barriers that you need to overcome to make it happen. And then you will convert these barriers into the project objectives and the work breakdown structure. You can also assess the team or the partners that you need to tackle all these challenges. The need and the benefits also set the basis for the future definition of your target market and the business model around them. And this diagram helps you define the ongoing and final tangible results of the project, which finally will lead to the product. Well, the idea canvas, this tool will allow you not to miss any of the crucial questions, and at the same time to create all the relationships, the correct relationships among these basic elements of the project concept. Now we're going to apply this theory to the example at hand, which is the smartphone. Now first, what would be the need that we are addressing that is satisfied by the smartphone? Well, you think naively, you might think that it is the need to talk with anyone from anywhere. But if you think it over, actually people use the smartphone for many other purposes, and actually many people never talk on their phones, on their smartphones. So the need would be more like the need for immediate communications around your daily activities from anywhere in every aspect of your life: professional, social, education, leisure, etc. In order to start working on this concept map, you have to click on the field you want to fill in this case need, and then you see that you should type here the title of the need. In this case, let's call it the need for delocalized immediacy, right? And then you can elaborate the description of the need for the project here. What I said before, this immediate communication around all your daily activities, etc. This is kind of a simple word processor with different functionalities, as you can see. Okay, but well, imagine you have already typed in all the description of the need for the project. Then you have to click Save here on the left, this button, right? So now it was gray in the beginning. Now, as you start filling in the different fields, they become the color. Next, we start working on the solution proposed. Again, what would be the solution that we are giving? It will be to integrate and promote all communication means from a small device that we can take anywhere, anytime. So the title would be something like integration of communications into a handheld device. Right. And again, you would have to elaborate on this solution to describe it in detail. Okay, but I won't do it now. Imagine we have written everything up, and then we have to save it. And finally, this solution would lead to the product, and the product would be the smartphone. Right? You will have to describe it. It's a device that integrates communication tools around your professional, social, and leisure activities, etc. And you have completed the description. You can save it. This becomes colored blue. Right? So we have need, the solution, and the product. Well, imagine we have completed the idea canvas and want to move on. Then we would have to click on the I'm done button, which is this green button on the bottom left corner here. But you see there's a warning message because we have not completed all the compulsory fields. And in this case, the compulsory field that needs to be filled in is the barriers, because you need to have at least one barrier related to the technology, the market, whatever, that you need to overcome, because otherwise it would not be a research and development project. Okay, then we will complete here, barrier 1, for instance. Okay, save. Okay. So now we have completed all the compulsory field. Of course, you could work on any of the others, but these are the only compulsory. And now, if I click on I'm done, I go to the checklist, which is, as I said before, the self-assessment questionnaire, with the purpose to help you reflect on the work you have done, so that you make sure that you have covered all the key issues and you haven't missed any important thing. You would have to answer the questions with no, barely, mostly, or totally, and well, I'll show you. So you would answer all the questions. Once you finish, you submit. You click on the submit button here on the left. And well, as you see, well, our score is 75%. That's the threshold. So you need to have at least your score should be above 75%, because otherwise you will see a message warning you. For instance, if I click here barely and submit, yeah, see, so your score is below, and then the system, the Innowizard, recommends that you revise your contest in order to strengthen your project. Or even if your score is above 75, but one of the issues is very poorly addressed or poorly addressed, you submit, that you are above 75%, but there is a low score on an issue. So Innowizard recommends that you revise that issue in order to strengthen your project. Okay, well, now I don't have time today to show you all the steps of the process, so just allow me to mention a few other features and to show you a couple of snapshots of a project that has been already created. Now, if you probably remember that to go back to the My Project screen, you have to click here on My Projects or on the Innowizard logo. So I click here on the right corner, top right corner. Okay, here we are. Well, first on this screen, the My Project screen, you see the acronym of the project. So in order to go back to working on it, you either click on the acronym or on this pencil button, and you edit the project, and you can go on working on it. You can delete it, clicking here, this trash symbol. You can go to the basic information on the project. The title, you can change the title and change the abstract anytime. Okay. And you can download all the text that you have entered, everything into a Microsoft Word file. Okay, now I'll show you some snapshots of this project that is being already created. This is the dashboard, and you see here that the steps that have been completed are green. The one we are working on is orange, and the one we have not yet started is white, right here. And you see there are warning signs here and here because the score for these steps is below 75%. And I will show you the snapshots for instance, in the context. Yeah, see, in this case, the tool for you is another concept map. Right, now we go to objectives, work on your contents. Again, this is a concept map. Now plan, work on your contents. This is a Gantt chart, and you can download it, export it to PDF. You can download it as a PDF file. And you go to the risks step, work on your contents. This is a table, a risk analysis table, and you can export it either as a PDF file or an Excel file. Okay. So this is all I wanted to tell you today. I would like to add that Innowizard is 100% in the cloud, and we give you absolute assurance of confidentiality because everything is encrypted and no one can access your project, not even us. And as I said in the beginning, this is a beta version, so we encourage you to use it and give us your feedback. And we thank you for your attention. I hope you enjoy Innowizard and see you soon.